I'm gonna dish you right now.
The influences I draw on are from pop culture, politics, my family, my personal histories, queer theory, art history, post-structuralism, and design, gaming. It's sort of like this is the simulacra of the universe. Well, the Fluxus movement was very inspirational for me because it was a movement created in resistance to painting and war and propaganda, and it freed up the institutional kind of constraints that fine art had during that time. So it felt very timely for me to reflect on those strategies and within our current cultural climate. And so I looked at my mother's drawings as these kind of Fluxus performance scores, and I looked at the language and responded to them very free and open-endedly to do performance art in video making and sculpture and painting. As a painter, my main concerns is geometric composition, light, surface, the history of mark making, the evidence of the body involved in mark making. I'm inspired by abstract expressionist artists because of their performative way of making marks. So when I make marks in my films, it's through like dance and dancing on the green screen, and later rotoscoping my body with 3D animation. All the principles of painting have influenced the way that I have constructed and consolidated my films. When I was creating We Are in Hell When We Hurt Each Other in Shrines, it was during the height of the pandemic and the latter part of 2020. It was sort of during the racial uprising, and a lot of stuff was going on around me where I was forced to think very literal about my approach to art making at the time. And so I could only work from a place of observation. A lot of people were protesting downstairs from my apartment or down the street. I couldn't avoid sort of being in that sound of landscape. So I carried my iPhone with me and recorded a lot of it, sort of as a way to kind of mood board the experience. With We Are in Hell When We Hurt Each Other, you see these autonomous Black fembot women that have complete agency within a space that has a bunch of threats coming at them constantly, whether it's like small little bullets or small little like war weapons or like biological things. They are completely autonomous and can destroy anything coming their way. So after experiencing 24 minutes of these women battling biological threats and weapons and all kinds of obstructions, the film culminates in this camera panning out to a shrine of Breonna Taylor, a floral kind of like garden. Shrines is my attempt at like interweaving the personal with the kind of public narrative in a way where I'm cutting and splicing different animated scenes that kind of depict like biological pandemics and race wars and spaces of peril and addiction and bondage and sadomasochism, and also spaces of relief. And sort of like the way that I cut and weave between those spaces kind of orchestrates a certain rhythm to give you like an emotional crescendo when you're experiencing it. And so in a way, it's my attempt at abstract filmmaking to kind of actually use a visual narrative that's kind of nonlinear to give the audience a feeling through like experimental play between editing.